Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Fantasy Hockey Pucks podcast. I'm the host, Ben Rutledge, alongside my analysts and a co-host, Ugam Sandhu and Jake Lloyd. You know, uh, boys, we're on reading week. Get a nice little rest here. We'll start it off with Mr. Sandhu. How you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Just got a fresh new cut. Feeling so fresh, so clean. But not too bad this reading week. Getting some work done and the usual. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, start off well, got rested. Think I might be getting what you guys had earlier in the week. So we'll see how that goes. Not been feeling too well today, but it's been a good rest.
Yeah, I've been feeling like shit. I started to get a cough. Saturday morning, woke up, was had the chills, not great. Sunday morning, woke up drenched in sweat. So that's always a terrific feeling. Felt the exact same thing Monday and Tuesday morning. But today's the first day I haven't felt like shit, but I sound like shit. So just praying I'm healthy to go out with the boys on next weekend. That's the most important thing.
That's
All
what
Do you know
right.
matters
that
the
late night
most.
shell helped? Helped you get better?
Oh, for sure. You
Yeah.
know, the boys, Benjamin's Academy gets after it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
There's a lot of news since we last recorded last Thursday. Um, we'll start with this is in literally no particular order of when it happened. But Michael Rasmussen of the Detroit Red Wings signed a 4-year, $3.2 million extension today. That happened today, Tuesday, February 20th. He has 11 goals, 12 assists, 23 points in 50 something games, 53 games. When I first heard it, I thought it was an overpay. I'm not gonna lie. Did not realize he had 11
Really.
goals.
He's a
But I
big
guess
boy.
with the cap going up for a first round pick, with the cap going up, that's kind of what a typical third liner is gonna get. 10 goal scorer, 15 goal
Yeah.
scorer. That's what you're gonna
I
get.
mean,
Um,
yeah,
so yeah, it's definitely a good long-term play for the Red Wings. He's still young. Lock him in for 4 more years at a relatively decent number with the cap going up. So I like the signing for Detroit. Obviously, is no fantasy value. 11 goals doesn't really do anything for you in fantasy. You guys have
yeah.
Yeah. I like the
anything else
signing
to add?
too. I think that the number is pretty good with especially this cap going up, you said. And I like the term. I think it'll give him a chance to prove himself with relatively low risk. So I think overall it's a good contract. I
Yeah, I
think it's good
agree.
because I think the rebuild seems to be maybe over finally for them.
Yeah, I
At
mean
least
they're
they'll
they're
make the playoff
sitting
push
in the
here.
playoffs right now. They're
So they're
probably
securing
going to
the
be a
future.
buyer at the deadline for the first time in forever.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So they're securing the future to make sure it's a continuous thing. I like it.
Yeah, hockey is better when as much as we're all fans of an Atlantic team, hockey is better when Detroit's better.
I
Amen.
agree.
All right. Next piece of news. There is expected to be an update on the Coyotes' future, whether or not they are the Salt Lake City, whether they move to Salt Lake City, whether they stay in Arizona. But Bettman said there should be an update in about 2 to 3 weeks. I think they should just move to Salt Lake City, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's not working in Arizona. Um,
They don't even have a win in their last 10 games, right?
Nope. Nope. It's
Yeah,
been a rough
Jake, you would
period for
know.
yeah.
them.
And other players just love to shit on the mullet. Matthew Nyes today said he booked off about 25 to, he said between 25 and 50 tickets. And he's like, that's a whole goddamn section of this arena. So, gotta love the players just shitting on the mullet.
I mean,
That's
how are
some
you going to
friendly
have an
fire there.
NHL team? Oh, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's his hometown. What is he doing? Come
Matt,
on, Matthew Dice.
Yeah, but
really?
it's supposed to be a pro rink, bro.
Yeah, true.
And it has like 11,000 fans
Yeah.
as the attendance, if
Yeah,
that.
that's
Is it
true.
11,000? I thought it was
I
like
don't even think it
under
is that
10.
much.
No, it's not. It's like 6,000.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you going to have
Oh,
an NHL team in an arena under 10,000 fans? Like, that's a disgrace.
Joe,
Five
that's
That's
thousand.
like
Oh my
nice.
goodness.
5,000, bro.
But
PWHL gets more attendance than that. And like that's not even a diss, but they're literally a brand new league and they get more attendance than that.
Bro, they're selling out Scotiabank.
Yeah, I know. It's
they're doing really well.
it's actually buzzing. PWHL is buzzing. But it's already like better than the WNBA. And this is their first year.
Yeah. I mean, hockey has
Uh,
diehard fans.
Does.
Like
It
they'll
does.
support anything.
That's very true.
I just wanted to
Uh,
point out, I think going to a game at the Mullet would be so much fun. Like I don't want to do that before they move.
Just go to a
well,
Marley's game or something.
No,
Or
yeah.
that
Steelhead
pro game at
Same
the
game.
Mullet.
same
Steelheads.
experience, bro.
No, I gotta go.
uh,
Watch the Mississauga Steelheads before they move to Brampton.
Oh man, what's Brampton's gonna have two teams now?
oh,
2 teams.
Do they not have
I'm pretty
the
sure the battalion.
yeah. Don't they
I'm
have the
pretty sure
yeah,
that
battalion there?
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they got moved already.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
I'm up to date on my
battalion.
OHL knowledge, bro.
No, me neither.
Yeah, they went to North Bay,
North Bay,
2013.
interesting.
Bring
Damn.
back the Brampton battalion. Me and all my boys can go
Oh
there
yeah, they did.
watch.
They're the North Bay Battalion now. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
What else is
Next,
next?
next piece of news: Shea Theodore's activated off LTIR yesterday afternoon and played in his first game back, or expect to play in his first game back tonight. I don't know if they're actually started yet. Um, but whenever Vegas does play, yeah, they play at 10 against Nashville. He will be making his return. Um, it's a good thing for fantasy managers, good thing for Vegas, good thing for Theodore. Um, I've been saying buy low on him like the last 2 months, so hopefully you guys listened because it'll be hard to buy low on him now when he comes back and he explodes on that number one power play for Vegas. So
Yeah,
hopefully you capitalize on your opportunity. Stadium Series finished up this weekend. It was a huge success. Everything I've read online and stuff, people have just been saying like it's the NHL did an amazing job. They had 70,000 people at the Saturday afternoon or Saturday night game,
Jeez.
79,000 people at the Islanders Rangers game in the
crazy.
on Sunday afternoon. Um, I thought they did a really good job with the setup. They always do. I think they always do a good job designing the rink. Apparently, according to players, this was like the perfect ice. Like it was almost the exact same as an indoor rink, which shout out the rink crews there over in New Jersey. Um, but yeah, basically everything I've read, the NHL made a good job making this an event, not just a game, which is good things. Like it obviously this makes the NHL a lot of money, and building on that with the All-Star game, like it's starting to build some popularity here. So I think all good things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, fitting that many people in an arena just to watch some hockey, I think that's pretty big success to me.
Yeah, he said there's like over 150,000 hockey fans in attendance over the course of the weekend. So that's a good thing to see. All right, some pretty big news. Jake Gensel's out 4 weeks with an ankle injury that that pushes him like right up to the deadline, whether or not he's gonna be healthy or not at the deadline, whether or not he's gonna be able to be traded. Um, yeah, that's tough news for Pittsburgh, tough news for Gensel, and just have to see. You can trade an injured player. I did look this up after a question
Yeah,
last time. You can trade an injured player, but it's just like their price is dramatically lower, and so it typically doesn't end up working out because
obviously, yeah, you don't know how the return, how the rehab's going.
yeah, exactly.
I
And
mean,
with all the medical
it's all
stuff having to
like,
work out to make it happen, it makes it very difficult.
especially if they need surgery or something, like it's the Eichel situation. That
Yeah.
was a shit show itself.
Yeah, that was a shit show.
But
But yeah, that's some tough news to swallow for Pens fans. Either whether or not you're a Pens fan who wants to win or a Pens fan who wants to sell, it's bad for either one.
yeah,
I'm just thinking how this affects Edmonton, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that was a rumored spot. They kind of like any team could really use him, so this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, as we mentioned last episode, like it's basically only been rumored to Edmonton, so that would be a big loss for them.
That'd be a big loss just to the trade deadline in general. I mean, that's the biggest piece.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, kind of boring if he's out. We'll
Gonna
see.
be sitting there watching Elliot Friedman announce some third round pick for Jason Dickinson.
Announced
Meanwhile, we're still
Vladislav
waiting for
Nemestikov traded for the 13th deadline in a row.
Man, I'll
exactly.
still be watching though. I love Ellie Friedman. Doesn't matter who
Oh
he's talking
God.
about.
We got to try and find a way
Yeah,
to go, not necessarily maybe live on Instagram.
live on
With Elliot?
Instagram.
Yo, we're not gonna be live with Elliot,
Oh,
Bro,
bro.
who do you think
oh,
we
oh, I'm
are?
excited. I got excited there.
But we can
We
make
got
our
some,
own like live show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We
maybe
can
get
kind of
some
do
connections.
we kind of do like 1 to 3 because it's generally 3, I think, or if it's 4, 2 to 4, like the last 2 hours, because that's generally the most action. And also we can
Hmm.
spend the beginning portion
Yeah.
recapping the morning trades.
What's the trade
Yeah.
deadline?
March
Or we could
8th, Friday, March
call
8th.
Montana's thought line. Can
You
we
can
shout out
call into
to
Montana's thought line, Jake.
yeah, we'll try.
But you realize Friedman's on Sportsnet, right? Like he's not going to be on the Montana's hotline during the deadline.
No, but for their podcast.
Yes, yes, you can call
Yeah.
in, Jake,
I'm
and
gonna try. I'll try
we'll
it.
post a video of you calling in.
I'll try to do that for the audience. Bring Elliot Friedman in.
Are you calling it to the 32 Thoughts podcast? What is happening?
That's what we'll be doing, yeah. We'll record it. That'll be sick.
Yep,
That would be awesome.
we'll get Elliot on the pod.
Imagine.
It's my
That'd be
dream.
Jake's dream.
Oh yeah.
Jake would come in his pants, bro.
Holy shit. Yeah.
That should escape in his pants at that point. You know?
Seriously, they swimming. They're swimming hard, bro.
Oh man, I wish.
Let's hope Elliot doesn't see this
Yeah, I really hope so.
clip.
All right,
All right.
back to news. The Leafs are reportedly lowballing teams due to the lack of a second round pick. This has come as a rumor that they offered the Flames, quote, multiple picks for Chris Tanev, which was declined as it Flames are holding out for a first round pick. They're not going to get a first round pick. I think if the Leafs get him, it's going to end up being like 2/3 in Aberzizi, something like that to get it done. 2/3 Aberzizi is like a decent prospect, bro. Like he's played like
Yeah.
a decent amount of games for us already at like 20 years
But
old.
like, do the Flames really want Aberzizi? Like
He's a player
they're
that
just
he's a young player
this
that
like
steps in and
it's
plays
like
for
a
them right now.
franchise mode type trade where you're just adding picks and prospects until it matches the value.
That really is.
That's why they want that second pick.
They can trade it or trade him to Ottawa because Ottawa, for reasons that escape me, want him.
I think that I don't even know why the Leafs would be buying right now. It's not the season to
Bro, okay,
buy.
okay. I was on that like don't buy, and I agree, don't buy a first round pick caliber player. But if you can get Tana for 2/3 in Aberzizi, I would do that.
Yeah, me too, but that's not gonna happen.
Like if
I
you can
don't
get
think that's
Tana
happening.
for that type of price, I would do it. Otherwise, if you're trading your first round pick, you better be getting term
Yeah.
and lots of it. Like actually, a rumor I saw today. Sorry, we're going off on a Leaf tangent, but this is also relevant because these are like legit rumors. But that the Leafs were rumored to be interested in possibly trading their first round pick for Mario Ferraro and Luke Kunin from San Jose.
Mm.
Ferraro making 3.8 for another 2 years, and Luke Kunin's currently making 2.7, but he's an RFA at the end of the season. Both are 26 years old. I was like, all right, I could see that. Ferraro's like a fourth defenseman. Kunin's a decent third line player. Extend him as an RFA. Something like that. If you're trading your first round pick, at least get that back. Anyway, off the Leaf tangent because I know Ugam hates when we do this.
You
And
got
back
me.
back to news. This is huge for you, Ugam, in the Yahoo League. The
Holy.
UC Saros trade negotiations are are legit going somewhere. They're moving pretty fast. We're at the point where we're starting to hear players going back the other way and not just they've checked in. Apparently, Nietzsche is the player that the Predators want the package to be built around for Saros.
No.
That would be a blockbuster. And
That could be huge.
If I'm a Hurricanes GM fan, I don't care. I'm doing that. Like Saros solves so many of their problems. Like
Yeah,
that makes them like they're a legit like them and Florida are 1-2 to come out of the East for me if they get Saros. Like that
Yeah, they're
team's
contender with
absolute
Saros.
wagon with Saros in that.
I mean, and Nashville's got Askarov coming up. Like they don't even
Exactly. Like
need
it
him
makes
now.
a ton of sense for Nashville to do it. And if you're hurt Carolina, we like as you can see in our dynasty rankings on our Instagram at Fantasy Hockey Pucks, they have Jarvis, Svechnikov, and Nietzsche. So they have three super young wingers. You trade Nietzsche away. You still have Bunting, who you're paying 5 mil.
Don't forget Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
Yeah, but he's more of a center. But yeah, you have Turbo. You have you have lots of other players to come in and fill that role.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm the Hurricanes, I'm definitely doing that.
I
And
don't know what's
please, and
Saros'
I,
contract.
bro, please let them do it because
Yeah,
Saros needs a miracle for my
for
fantasy
fantasy,
team.
if that gets done, Saros is like a top five goalie rest of the season, possibly even top three.
I started this guy last week, put up -9 points. I benched him the next week. He put up 9 points. I don't know what the hell to do anymore. So Carolina, please trade for him. I need
That's
What
some
is
they're
Saros'
making
stability.
contract
5 million a year is his cap hit, which is a
for?
great contract.
Like
Until
2 year,
yeah, so it ends
two
next
more
year.
years.
So yeah, 2 more years
So
left,
is
including
this
this
year
year.
and then one more?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great contract
The
for him.
report that I
Wow,
saw is that he wants 8 mil as his extension number,
that's
which
fair.
honestly, that is
Mm,
fair.
Yeah,
it's fair, but it's still a lot of money.
Holy shit, my bad, boys. But yeah, I mean, better than Bobrovsky's 10.5.
Yeah, I mean,
All
just
right, continue to move down this. The New York Islanders are set to host the 2026 All-Star Game. If you are keeping track, yes, that means there's, well, who's hosting the 2025 All-Star Game? Well, NHL players are going to be in the Olympics finally.
yes.
So no All-Star Game next year. But why the fuck are the Islanders hosting the All-Star Game? Like,
Like I don't want to sound like mean, but like going from Toronto to Long Island's kind of crazy.
yeah, like
Like,
if you're like at least make it go from Toronto to like the Rangers.
yeah, that'd be an upgrade.
yo,
Like
what's
that
all
would
the
be.
hate with Long Island? What did
I
they
Like
do
just
to you
what's with
guys?
the what are your thoughts on Long
what's with
Island?
the fucking double wrister for Long Island?
Yeah,
What's so bad about it? I mean, it's just a location for the All-Star game. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like
Yeah, but
New York is New York.
it's not really New York and it's
it's not,
cold.
you know,
It's kind of in
It's
the middle of nowhere. Like, and there's
yeah,
nothing really to do around it.
yeah. I mean, the only hope they have, well, not the only hope, that's dramatic, but like maybe they do the festivities there, then they'll head into New York City, like
Yeah,
just
if they
please
yeah.
have
had that
Like,
Tavares there.
stuff.
because that's the
Yeah,
thing about
Please
what
have
everyone said
Tavares
was good
there.
about Toronto is like because like Scotiabank is literally downtown. Like players were in the bars and in clubs, and like they were like filling it out. So like the whole
Yeah,
city was like alive. Whereas like hosted in Long Island, like it's still I think pretty far from like actual downtown New York. So it's
I mean, all I'm saying is Leafs fans, they better vote in Tavares for the All-Star game.
yo.
oh yeah,
I
oh
did
yeah, for
not even
sure.
think of that. 100% he's getting voted in. Like 1,000% he's getting voted in.
And not even Leafs fans. Everyone's gonna be voting him in.
That's what I mean.
I
Just to see
need to
that,
see
bro.
that happen.
Bro, it'll literally be like a John Scott scenario. Like he's not gonna be a deserving all-star, and yet he's gonna get in.
It's gonna be a rough year next year for that
Yeah.
man.
$11
He's
million
already
dollars
seeing
for a
it.
third line center is a bit wild.
Yep.
Respect my Yahoo Fantasy Center. 10
All
users,
right.
no points.
Um, holy shit. Can you hear these bings?
Yes. Who's hitting up your phone, brother?
They want me to play Madden, is what
Oh,
I'm being requested to play Madden. All right. I'm going on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, it's
I'll
probably
stop. I'll stop getting these. All right. My bad. Um, all right. Next piece of information. This one's actually pretty big. Noah Hannafin said he hopes to play for Tampa Bay at some point, or one day, I think is the way he said it. Um, First of all, as a Leaf fan, fuck. That's the first thing I say.
quite
Um,
literally the opposite of Toronto.
yeah. Two, also, this is also connected to what Elliot Freeman said on Saturday headlines that Hannafin and Calgary trade negotiations are done. Hannafin is going to be moved. He's going to be traded because he's not re-signing. So why would they keep him? And yeah, uh, teams interested: Calgary or not Calgary, Ottawa, Toronto, Boston, Tampa. Those are the four teams rumored the most heavily in it. Um, what I think my prediction is changed. I think he's going to get traded to Boston and then sign in Tampa Bay. Is my prediction.
This guy's better
interesting.
be passed around the Atlantic.
Which honestly, go ahead and do that because then Boston spends a bunch of assets on a rental. And then Tampa Bay, in order to make that work to get Hannafin, they have to trade away more money. So, you know what?
He's gonna say this, and then they're gonna win the cup, and then he's gonna
And then I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to become a
exactly.
Bruins fan. No,
It's a
I'm
bit of a
I could
joking.
switch
never. I could
up.
never.
Oh, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'd actually rather become a Senators fan before I became a Bruins fan. And the Senators are currently my number one
Same.
hated team.
Yeah.
All right. Last piece of information. This is just adding to the I got fleeced by Ugam Sandu, but Logan Stankoven was called up and made his NHL debut. Actually, I don't know if he made his NHL debut tonight, but he was called up. You can check your fantasy team, Ugam, and see if he.
Another day, another fleece. What can I say?
Let's look.
What was
This
the
guy has been fleecing this year.
Stankoven did not play.
Oh.
He took pregame warmups, but he was listed as a healthy scratch.
Wow.
He was called up because Duchesne was injured. I think
Shane is injured?
Yeah, he did end up playing, but he had a lower body injury and was questionable. Stankoven's been lighting it up everywhere he plays. I don't know why I traded him for Sam Bennett and Varlamov. That was a pretty shit trade by me.
Yeah, I don't know what was going through your head on that one, but I'll take that deal any day of the week.
But yeah, if he does get called up, say Duchesne does not play. I know they play tonight. I don't know if they play tomorrow or Thursday. But if Duchesne doesn't play, I'd honestly expect Stankoven to literally just go into his second line role. And if he does, Stankoven's an automatic stream for me. Keep an eye on our story on Instagram. We'll be keeping you guys up to date on that. But good for Stankoven to, take warm-ups, take his first warm-ups, probably the rookie lap. Good for him. Start to get that NHL experience, and next year he'll be in the lineup pretty consistently.
Yeah, sure.
Man, Dallas has done it right, bro. Dallas has done it right. They've built a good team. They managed to they made the cup final in 2020 with a core of Ben and Sagan, and all of a sudden their new core of Hintz and Robertson's taken over, and they're still really fucking good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
got
got
Thomas
goaltending
Harley
too, like most of these young
too.
teams.
Yeah, Heiskanen,
Ottinger,
Harley,
yeah,
Ottinger,
Yeah.
they got
Wyatt
everything.
Johnson has 18 goals.
I
He scored
told
his
you they're a
18th on
wagon.
Monday.
They're
Yeah,
a
they are a
wagon.
wagon.
They're winning the cup. They are winning the
Oh,
cup. That's what
he's
I
going
think.
through it.
Oh gosh, the body is going through it tonight. All right.
It's all right.
That does it for our recent news. So, if you've been keeping up, this week is a are you buying or are you selling? Not panic room. I'll list the players. Ugum and Jake, y'all yap. Okay?
Okay.
So, Matthew Boldy, he's actually so we're gonna start first. Wild offense. More specifically, Matthew Boldy, Kirill Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson Ek. All of them are on absolute fire. Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek recording 6 points yesterday in a 10-7 win over the um, Vancouver Canucks. Are you buying or are you selling? We'll start with Boldy and Ugum.
I'm buying. I already been buying. I've been holding on to Boldy for a while. He started off the season injured for quite a while, so his season ranks tanked a lot. But ever since he's been picking it up, and
Yeah.
how he's had he had a monster game, and I think people are finally seeing how good he actually is.
Yeah, Boldy has 5 goals, 8 assists in it for 13 points in his last 10 games. So you're buying what he's doing. When I say this, I don't mean like literally going out and buying him in fantasy right now. I just
Yeah,
mean you're sticking with him producing
I'm
like this.
sticking with it. I've been sticking with him. I was waiting for this to
You
happen, and
think there's still
finally
an
he's
opportunity
delivering.
to buy him in fantasy?
Probably because I mean, if someone's dumb and sees his season rank, it was really bad because of his injury. So I think he's still in like the hundreds. So you could probably try buying him from someone if they're not
All
as
right.
smart.
Yep, I agree with that. Next guy, pass it off. This one's for you, Jake. Kirill Kaprizov. He also has been on fire. He has 5 goals and 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points in his last 10 games. You buying or selling?
I'm buying for sure. I think it's been waiting for this all season. I don't have him in any of my leagues, but I think that's been a matter of time. I've been trying to get him, but no one's really giving him up, which I think is fair. But I think he's going to continue this. I think in fantasy, though, I think his value is just kind of too high right now to try to actually trade for him. But in terms of just buying, if it's continuing, I think it'll definitely continue.
All right. I would agree with this. I think I'm in consensus with both of you. Now, I'll throw this one out to both of you because I think this is the interesting one here. Joel Eriksson Ek. He has he has 9 goals and 9 goals, 6 assists for 15 points in his last 10 games. Are you buying or are you selling with Eriksson Ek?
I'm selling. I
Yeah.
think I think that he's still gonna play well. I don't think he'll play that well. That's unreal. And I think you can get some good value from him right now. But how come you have him?
Well,
So what would you do?
Yeah,
in
Ugam, you
our
got so
dynasty
lucky,
league,
bro.
I cooked once again. What can I say? What can I say? What was the trade? I got Joel Eriksson Ek right before that monstrous game. I got Marco Rossi as well and Kuzmenko for Travis Seidenheim, Jake's best defenseman in
Jake's
the
Pookie
Metro.
Bear.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
my
Zach
boy. Yeah.
Hyman. And well, I bought just before the absolute upskill and production he just had, but I might just sell him now because his fantasy points per game is higher than Hyman, and I was trading Hyman for him and other assets.
Wow.
Yeah, you've gotten so like part of it's luck. Obviously, like you understand but like that's lucky. Like the
Yeah,
fact
that
that
was so
he
lucky.
exploded up to be that good right after you traded for him.
That was crazy.
But yeah, I think I'm with you. I think Eriksson Ek's not an auto sell. I don't look at him and be like, you have to get him off your roster. Like he's not going to continue this production. But at the same time, so like you can hold him. His production will fall off, but he's having a really good year. Like overall, like that's gonna stay that way. He's not just gonna all of a sudden continue sucking. Like on the year, he has 28 goals, 23 assists, 51 points in 56 games. Like I'd say that's a bit booster production given what he's been doing, especially the goals. But like he's gonna reach 40 goals. Like that's a expect that. Um, but I think I agree with you, Ugam. I think you can sell him. I think you could even almost sell him for Reinhardt, the way they're the way they're moving at this moment in time. You probably have to add a bit. Not probably. You would have to add a bit, but it would not be as much as it would have been a week ago. Um, so just always be checking in on what your managers are valuing players like that. That's the key. Send a lot of offers, especially in a super active league. All right, next guy. I will give this one to Jake. Your boy in Dynasty, Matthew Tkachuk. He leads the league in points in this calendar year, January 1st, with he's like I think he has 18 goals, 20 assists in 19 games
Yeah.
since January 1st. Are you buying him like producing this elitely Leicester season? Obviously, he's going to be really good, but are you buying or are you selling him leading the calendar year in points?
Oh, I'm buying for sure. I mean, this is Matthew Tkachuk. He started the year off slow, but he plays well when he needs to. He knows the team. They don't need to make a push this year like last year, but maybe they're trying to make a push for first in the division. And the closer it gets to the playoffs, the better he plays. I'm definitely buying. I would not sell. I think if you're selling, you got to get something crazy for him. You got to
I
get
think you should
like,
sell. I think you should sell and sell them to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
sell.
that sounds like a good
I
idea.
mean, I might sell him for Travis Sanheim, but I already have him. So I don't know if I'd want in return, but I'm definitely buying him. I think he's going to play really well. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah,
I can't. I
yeah, I would agree with that. I
I'm just
think
looking at my past trades. I did offer to take Kachuk off your hands and Newhook for Jamie Benn and Zach Hyman. So thankfully you did not do that trade for yourself.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
what the hell is that, bro?
Kachuk was doing so bad. Hyman was cooking. I was like, let me steal this guy off you. But
I'm not
you were
that
actually
bad.
smart.
Yeah.
We try, we try. But yeah, he's a beast. I
He
can't
is.
lie.
Yeah. All right. Last guy. This one's Sogum. This one I think is this one's gonna be a bit of an interesting one. Mason Marchman. Let me pull up his point production. I had it, but I forgot to write it down. Mason Marchman has
46 points in 56 games.
he has 3 goals, 9 assists in his last 12 games, with a point in all but two of them. he was on an 11 game point streak before these last two games. And he is, yeah, 3 goals, 9 assists over that span. You buying, you selling? What are you doing?
I'm selling. I think this guy, I feel like he's so inconsistent. He'll go on like a tear, but you'll see him on the news or like on your Instagram page consistently being like, "Oh, Marchand scored, blah blah blah," and then you won't hear about it for weeks. So honestly, while he's hot, I'd sell him. What do you guys think?
I would sell as well. I've like when he's been hot in the past, he's done this before. Like not quite, maybe not this level, but he's had his good streaks like maybe last year, and I added him. It never lasts too long. I'm not a fan of him in fantasy personally, so I would sell.
All right, I would agree with that. I think he is a sell. I think personally, I know he hasn't scored a point his last 2 games, but feel like I feel like this isn't a you have to sell at all costs. Like he's not going to stop producing and start producing like a waiver wire player. But I would say try and sell him before the end of the month. Would you say that's fair, or would you disagree with that and say sell him right now?
I'd say sell him
Yeah,
right now.
I say sell him right now as well.
All right.
Get rid.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll conclude this segment of Are You Buying or Are You Selling? And we'll move in to another draft segment. So we took our own advice, rewatching and learning, getting better, and we realized that like drafting live was boring. So if you want to watch the full live draft, that video will be separate on YouTube. But we're basically going to run through our picks one by one, like just in order of what we picked them, tell you the totals, and that's that. So how's this going to work? It's an Atlantic fantasy draft for this season only. So we each picked our players, and then using our scoring in our both our Yahoo Redraft League and Fantrax Dynasty League, which is a banger scoring points league. Um, we're using that as a scoring to determine who wins. This way, Ugam doesn't feel he gets cheated, and Jake was biased in who he picked to win. So yeah, did I miss anything in the explanation? Or are we good to get underway here?
We
I'm good.
good?
I'm good.
All right. So I landed the first overall pick, and I took Austin Matthews with the 101.
Yeah. I got next. So I took Kucherov for my right winger.
Then I took Pasternak third overall.
And then you had double. Who'd you go next?
Then I also took Marner. And I think that might be a bit of a controversial pick over maybe some other players.
I think it was a good pick. I don't think this is where I really screwed up. I took Jeremy Swayman with my second pick. That was not a good idea. But Ben,
This I think is right exactly where I won. Because I'm fucking him. I took
Okay.
Rasmus Dahlin as my defenseman one, and then took the next guy, Sam Reinhart, as my right winger. And I cooked. I cooked. I'm him.
yeah,
Just
I
to put
really
it.
You know,
messed up.
you see,
I
this
really
is why
messed
I
up.
definitely wasn't biased in my pick because I don't think Ben needs another win. I think he needs to be humbled a little bit. So
No, you were biased. That
I
shit
Yeah,
was
see,
definitely
so what
preferred
he's
Ugin
saying
to have won.
is,
that shit was
he
rigged.
wanted me to
That shit
lose,
was
and he still picked me to win. That's how
no,
much better I did
no.
than you.
It's his podcast. I don't need to pick his team to make sure I'm still on here by next week.
I never want this guy to win again.
All right. Well, I took a Nylander next. Or
Yeah,
Maple
that's a good
Leaf.
pick. And I think this is where Jake sucked ass with this duo.
Who'd you take?
Yeah, so I mean, when you're thinking hot, like someone like me, I think about the game more than the points. So like
Thank you
No way you
are.
just said that, bro.
so I took Allmark, who's a very talented goalie, and I took Stutzle, who's an elite player, elite center. Maybe not the best picks in terms of fantasy points, which is what we're counting. So that was where I made my mistake. But I stand by those picks.
You can stand by those picks. Don't worry. Well, I took Hedman afterwards because
Yeah, which
he's
is
a dog. And,
And then I went Bobrovsky as my goalie and Mo Riley as my second
mm,
defenseman.
Big Mo. And I finished off my decor, making sure Jake was shivering with his. So I took McAvoy.
Yeah,
And
and then
Jake.
honestly, I got like there wasn't much to choose from there. So I took Chikrin, which I think was a pretty good pick with what I had left. Um, he didn't even really let me down in terms of points. Like he wasn't the worst defenseman to pick. Then I chose Sider, who wasn't the best pick. He was pretty low. Oh, actually, no, he had more
No, no.
points than Chikrin. Chikrin was the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that mixed up. But yeah, Chikrin, he started the season off hot, and he's a great player, but he
Yes,
hasn't
holy
that
Stutz will let
team.
you down, bro.
Yeah, Stützle, the Sens let me down. I mean, what's new? That team, it's not
The
not
hate.
not the best team right now.
And then you took Chicker and Cider back to back.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my two final picks.
Yeah. And then I finished off my team with Braden Point in the center.
Yeah,
And then I went Alex DeBrincat. So if you're keeping track, yes, that means if you got both the Kachuk brothers, neither one of us took any Kachuk.
They're
A
overrated anyways.
little bit of a blunder by both of us.
yeah.
Definitely would have helped all of us. Pretty sure. Maybe not Ogum.
No, I got
Um,
some decent
but definitely would
winners.
have helped me and Jake. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah,
Maybe over DeBrinket or
I think
definitely
Brady
over
could chuck
DeBrincat.
over. No, wait, they're
And
I
both
think only
wingers.
I
think
don't
only you
know.
could have
I don't know
used
if they'd be over Marner or Nylander.
No, I don't think
him.
so. But it's
But
still,
yeah,
it's still, it's still about overlook. I think.
yeah, definitely
Honorable
an overlook.
mentions. And
But I think that's part
yeah.
of the fun of the draft off the top of your head, because it adds a bit of
Yeah.
difficulty. Like if you were just looking at the stats, like that's kind of
Then like
boring.
we'd get it perfect. Like we,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's why we like doing the draft off the dome. Let us know on Instagram. Kind of let us know whether you like this version better, where we kind of run you through a draft recap, or we do it live. We felt, at least in our opinion, that it made for some pretty shit content when we were just like, I'm thinking. So we kind of try to streamline the process. And yeah. So, Jake, what did your team finish with in terms of totals?
So my team finished unfortunately pretty low, 1,154 points in total.
Who was your best scorer?
My best score was Pasternak with 297, then Marner. They made a big drop off to Stützle. Yeah, the rest yeah, at 182. Like the rest of my picks were really bad in terms of points.
And
Yeah,
all right. So Ugum, that in case you guys are wondering, put Jake solidly in last place. Like
again.
very,
Yeah.
very solidly in last
The
place.
area lot. Yeah,
Ugum, what did yours finish with?
I finished with 1,339.75 with Kucherov being my highest score. Then it was Nylander and Braden Point. And then I think Swayman was the one with the least, actually. Hedman and McAvoy were the same. Had like 180 or 90 something. But yeah, it was a rough goalie pick for me, I can't lie.
And then your boy won again, 1,381
Uh,
points. Top scorer Maddie Austin Matthews with 334. Then actually Darlene with 221. Then Reinhardt had like 215 or something. And then everyone else was like 180-ish. Bobrovsky, Riley, and DeBrincat were all like 180-ish.
Man, I gotta stop taking goalies first out
Yeah,
of everyone.
you've lost on your goalie pick both times.
Yeah.
I hate goalies, man. Where's Price at? Could have just been taking my Pookie Bear.
All right. You know what? That was relatively successful draft. I'm 2-0. Ugum is I guess we'll say 0-2-1 or 0-2-0, second place both times. And Jake is solidly 0-0-2, coming in last place every single time.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Jake, I tried to give you hope when I titled the episode Jake's Redemption. I've since edited that to Jake's Redemption dot dot dot, hopefully.
Yeah.
Jake's Redemption.
That's
Dot dot dot. Gone wrong. Please called.
it's always next week.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so.
One day.
guy's gonna take Bobby McCann next game. It's gonna be bad. Yeah.
On
What do we
sweet.
got next?
All right, let's go to the last segment. This one, decided to try something new here we've never done. Basically, all of us took three players that we want to talk about. We don't know why. Like, I don't know why Ugam chose his players. Ugam doesn't know why I chose I players. Same with Jake. We picked our players, and we're all basically going to take our turns, give a little blurb on why we think that player should be talked about at this moment. So, who would like to go first? Who'd like to break the ice?
I'll go because I mean we already talked about this player. I didn't know we were talking about him before, but Matthew Boldy. I think he's more underrated out of the wild offensive players because we saw like Kaprizov got his hat trick, Eriksson Ek got his hat trick, and Boldy's just been sneakily putting in the points recently. With last game he got a goal, 3 assists, and then before that he put up 2 points, 3 points, 2 points. Just been consistently under the radar out of those wild players. That's why
Yeah,
I like it.
I would say I 100% agree with that. You know, also getting these young players like the Wild are starting to win a bunch in a row, make a push. Getting these young players who are going to be the key pieces in making this push is always a good thing, and I agree. I think he's going under the radar for what he's producing, given the highlights of Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek. All right, I'll go next. My first player is Max Domi. Tavares returned from, he had the shits, for lack of a better word, Tuesday, missed the game against the Blues. Returned, played against the Flyers, then was out again on Saturday against the Ducks with a minor undisclosed injury, whatever that means. Then he returned again on Monday. But they had him playing third line. They were sheltering his minutes. He was playing top power play. I think Tavares played 14 minutes in the end. They loaded him up with Matthews and Marner a couple times, but I think that's what they're going to be doing. I think Tavares is pretty clearly banged up. It's not exactly 100%, so I think they're going to kind of shelter his minutes for the next few weeks here. And what that does do is that bumps Max Domi up to the second line. He's starting to register 15, 16, 17 minutes. Um, and he's produced with that type of volume before in Dallas last year, and playing with Nylander and Bert consistently on that second line is really going to give him ability to produce. And he looks good. He looks really, really good last few games. He had 2 assists. On the win against Anaheim, he had an assist against St. Louis in the win. So yeah, I'm liking Domi as an ad right now because with him getting those second line minutes, he's that should be a good lock for some production.
Okay, I'll go next. My first player, the face of Maple Leafs goal scoring. We got Bobby McMahon, He's got 6 goals in his last 4 games. I just want to discuss like whether like obviously this is a good stretch of games for him. But I think especially the coming season with the salary issues the Leafs are going through, I think he's gonna be an important player because they need the depth. I don't think he's like I think he's the real deal, not in terms of he's gonna be doing this for consistently, but I definitely think this is a good sign for next year and the rest of the season. I think he can fill his role really well and hopefully help the Leafs out with their salary situation.
Yeah, I agree. He is a pending UFA, but Toronto,
So we better sign him.
it shouldn't take too much for Toronto to sign him.
Yeah.
Like he was
I don't think
under
he's really earned a
free
pay
agent.
bump even with this little streak.
Yeah. So
Maybe a
what
little one.
you're saying you like him as kind of like a watch for Dynasty, kind of add in the off season type thing, or even add
Yeah.
on hold.
Or maybe like even I don't know. Maybe it's even too low for a stream, but I mean
I
he's
would say
been playing really
stream the way he
well.
just continues to score. I agree.
Maybe stream him, yeah. But I think it's an interesting player.
Yeah, I think I like what you're saying. I think even if you're in a team like Ugham's position, who's like trying to tank, and odds are you typically have a few extra bench spots so you can add some players. I think yeah, I like the idea of holding the McMahon type thing.
Yeah. Jake's
Jake's
getting
getting
called.
called out there. All right, Ugam,
Um,
who's your next player?
Sorry.
I got a Nicholas Roy. This is a bit of an interesting one. I've been taking a notice to him. He's actually been, well, when I checked like the lines and stuff, it says he's been playing first line He's been putting up 16, 15 minutes per game, second power play unit. And his last couple of games, 1 assist. He's been putting up like a point per game uh in like his last 10 games. It's been really impressive for me. So I'd say watch him out as a waiver wire pickup. If you have players that are underproducing, maybe pick him up, see what he can do for you. But yeah, while Eichel's out on LTIR too, they moved him there. I don't see why a spot would be getting taken by anyone else.
Oh Lord, Vegas cap circumvent the hell's the word?
Circumvention.
Circumvention.
There you
Yes,
go.
there it
You got
is.
there.
Golden Knights cap circumvention. Here we go again.
Yup. But
All right.
yeah, he's playing well.
Next player that I have is Chris Kreider. He's having honestly an amazing season. Like I don't if that doesn't like it seems weird to say that, but he has 28 goals, 24 assists, 52 points in 55 games. But no one's talking about the fact that he's 28 goals. Like I feel like no one realizes the fact. Yes, I get he's slightly under point per game, but he's getting no respect. Yes, Uggam, I know you hate Kreider for what he did to Price. I understand that, but
Fuck him.
strictly speaking, for fantasy, like I feel like managers don't understand that he is a dog. The Rangers rely on him so heavily to score. Like they need him to score in order to win games. And he's been doing it all season. No one's been talking about it. I feel like he deserves some credit, and I feel like you can go get Kreider. In a keeper league, I got Kreider for extremely cheap. I traded Kempe for Kreider and Coleman, and Kreider's producing better than Kempe.
I mean, and Coleman's probably
And I got
producing
Coleman
around
on
the
top of
same.
it, who's just under point per game himself. Like that's the type of value people are valuing Kreider with right now. Like unless you're a Rangers fan, you probably have not that much value for Kreider. So I like Kreider as a buy right now because if that's what his value is out there, like that's pretty easy for me to go ahead and do that. So just wanted to give some respect to Kreider. I know Ugam hates him. I understand that. I would too if I was in that scenario. But strictly speaking for fantasy, and we promise you that we'll win your leagues. So got to keep that in mind. Keep our biases aside as best as possible. Kreider's a dog and
It's
go
hard.
buy it.
So my next player, I have Nico Dawes for the Devils. I was talking last week about how bad their goaltending was, and then here he comes. I mean, he had 938, 931, 938, 964. Tonight he's back to his old self at 750. I mean, I got higher than that in Shell, so that's not great. I don't know. I saw some people saying that maybe their fortunes will turn around with goaltending. I think he might be a stream, but I wouldn't buy. I think it's not. I think it's not it. I
Yeah,
think
he
it's
just
over
put
now.
up -10 fantasy points
Yeah,
tonight.
that's what I mean. Like I think I would not do much with him. Like I think it's just a temporary thing. I think that team's still going to struggle without proper goaltending. So I think they should maybe get in Soros. Who knows? But I just
Or
want to.
Markstrom.
Yeah, I maybe want to like settle some people down. I saw a bit too much excitement online. I'm like, no, I don't think he's that guy yet. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, fair.
Um,
Yeah, he got lit up in that third period.
Yeah.
that's rough.
Ovi
Seven
scored
six.
twice.
Oh,
Not one of my best trades, that one.
what was that trade?
Yeah, finally. Can we
Let's
talk about
hear it.
trading
Let's hear a
Ugam with
bad trade
shit?
from Ugam.
We don't talk about that one. This guy fleeced me when I first entered the league, yo. Give
Ooh,
me Hellebuck, give me Hellebuck, Hellebuck.
He traded me Hellebuck and
Hop off
Ovechkin.
my dick.
He traded me Hellebuck and Ovechkin for Sam Reinhart and Seth Jones, I'm pretty sure.
no, what?
I mean, Sam Reinhart's a dog,
Yeah, man, I
but
want Hellebuck so
And
badly.
Ovi said he's retiring at the end. Oh, I don't think that we talked about that. But Ovi said he's retiring at the end of his contract.
Oh, and what is that? What is there one more year to this?
Too, I think.
no chance. I mean, he's retiring once he gets the goal record. That's it's
Yeah,
plain and simple.
if.
He'll get it. He will. Sure, he'll play like 4 more years, even if it's 10 goal season, 10 goal season.
Yeah, he has 2 years left after this.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
He'll get the
Yeah,
record and call it quits. Those legs need to call it quits.
Yeah.
I tell you. But
he has
moving on
16
from
goals
some
this year.
moving on from some old players, let's talk about some young players. I got Lucas Raymond as one of my players to talk about, playing on the top line with Larkin and DeBrincat. He's a dog, let me tell you. 20 points in his last 20 games. It's consistency out there. I'd say try to pick him up if you can. He's starting to pick it up, and Detroit's becoming a real deal in the Atlantic.
Yeah, they
So
really are.
I'd say watch out for him. But not much else to say
Yo,
about
yo, yo. I'm checking. Oh, yo, thank God. I need to add him back in our Yahoo League, bro.
who.
Raymond.
Oh, this is a live ad right here.
Yep, I just added him.
Listening to my advice. Look at
Yep.
that.
There we go.
I had Sharon Govich. I added Sharon Govich over him, and then I just proceeded to drop Sharon Govich for him.
I really should have dropped Batherson for him.
All right. My next guy is possibly the most underrated dog in the entire NHL, in my opinion. Travis Konechny. He has 26 goals, 27 assists for 53 points in 56 games. Leads the league in shorthanded goals. He and Reinhardt are the only player who has 4 shorthanded goals and 4 plus shorthanded goals, 4 plus power play goals. He leads, I think he's like third or fourth in the league in special teams points. Um, he's really blossomed under Torts. I always thought he was a good player, but he's never really able to produce consistently. And again, he's going pretty underrated, much like Kreider. I have a very similar take for these two. I think you can. I don't have exact the same trade proof of him being cheap, but you can go get Konechny for cheap. I know Ugam has him in fantasy in
I'm
our
not letting
dynasty
him go
league.
for cheap, buddy.
So yeah, as I stroke him off here, my chances of getting him are significantly declining. If you want to click on him there, you can see I dropped him about a year and a half ago. Um, but yeah, he's been a beast, and again, much like Kreider, he's underrated. I'll stop yapping because I'm just saying the same thing over again. But go trade for him now because I bet you the owner does not value him that highly.
All right, and my final player, Sean Monahan. Now, this may seem a little reactionary to the hat trick, but that's not just it. If you look at his time on ice, it's gradually going up. I don't think he's been playing bad. He just had to find his group with the new team. He got the hat. He scored against Vancouver. Next game, hat trick against Calgary, and he scored again tonight against the Wild. So I definitely think he's an ad. I'm gonna do a live ad right now, actually.
Too late.
You're
I'm
adding
already under it.
Monahan.
Yeah, I added him when they first traded him. I was hoping for the trade bump that a bunch of players received. Didn't exactly have that, but um,
Is he
I think he's
playing
worth an
on
ad
power
now.
play one? I think
I'm
I
looking at
see
the
him on
lines
this
right
one.
here. He is,
Because
yeah,
I
he's
was
on power play
saying,
one right now. And
yeah, I was saying if
The
he's
Jets
gonna
are
play on
playing
the
really
power play
well.
one, that's I
The
would add
Jets are
him.
getting out of their slope a bit here, so I think he's definitely an ad, and Shane Pinto's gone. So that's what
You're
I'm doing
dropping
right now.
Pinto.
Dropping Pinto for Monahan,
It's
yeah.
crazy how
Yo,
quickly they
yo,
switch
yo.
out.
I might add Pinto
You might add
myself.
Pinto?
I might add Pinto and drop Norris.
Oh yeah, I'd do that trade for sure. I'd do that drop. Norris is he's
Pinto
been
is playing second line over Norris right now. Norris was benched from the 13-minute mark on tonight.
I'm taking second
Florida.
line Jets over second line Sens though.
Yeah, true, but Pinto has 7 points in his last 6 games.
Yeah. So
Guess
yeah,
Monahan. So does Monahan with a hat trick on Monday. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm adding Pinto for Norris. Won't be able to do it right now because you just dropped him, but I'm gonna put in a claim for that.
Yeah, that's me. We'll see how this works out. We'll check in next week.
Yep, we'll let you know in the Saturday episode. But yeah, so that concludes it. Boys, we were buzzing tonight. I'm just gonna say it here.
I think it was a good
I was gonna
recovery.
say this after we were done, but I'm just gonna stroke ourselves off on the pod. We did a fucking amazing job tonight.
Yeah, I was happy. I think last time that was midterm season. We were going through it. Um,
Yeah,
but we've
that was not a
emerged.
great episode. We apologize for that. We were stressed. We were tired. We were sleep deprived. We were loopy, but we're well rested and we were fucking dialed tonight.
Yep, I liked it.
Mr.
Straight.
Sandu, do you have anything else to add other than just looking shell shocked in the camera?
Yeah, I'm straight. Just checking myself out on the Zoom camera. Not bad.
Looking good.
Thank you. You too, Jake. But yeah, great epi.
Yep. All right, everybody. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Did It. Yeah, feel free to DM us any other questions for next week's or later this week's episode. And enjoy some hockey. Go make sure you're setting your lineups. And thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Fantasy Hockey Pucks podcast. And we'll catch you the next time we drop the puck. Have a good one, everybody.